Hello, everyone, and welcome to Culture of Gaming's Power Up Podcast, episode 135, being recorded live on September 26th, 2020. I'm your host, Taylor, and this week I'm, of course, joined by...
Anthony, that'd be me.
And I'm Andrew.
All right. We, of course, have a wonderful, although scraping bottom of the barrel show in terms of topics for you guys today, but let's just see where the afternoon or evening takes us as we go along from it. Anyway, so, start off every week, as we usually like to talk about what we've been playing in terms of the video and whatnot, or just in general the past week or so. So, Andrew, let's start with you. What have you been up to the past week?
Yeah, I've been playing mostly like indie games recently. So the first one I'm playing, it's a pretty short one. I got a code for it from friends out there. It's called Breakpoint. It is on PC and Switch. It is a they're calling it a twin stick slasher.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, your twin stick shooters. You got your controller with one stick movement, one stick kind of facing.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of like shooting a constant stream of bullets or what have you, you're like getting weapons like an axe or like a hammer, or my favorite is like the little knives.
Yeah.
And it's really simple. It's a really simple arcade game. It's like $5.
Okay.
There's not a whole lot to it, unfortunately. But it does have a cool aesthetic of like neon lights and like some decent music. Yeah, I'm gonna have a video review on it hopefully tomorrow if everything processes correctly.
Nice.
So keep an eye on cultureofgaming.com for that one, and of course our YouTube page.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun. I could see it being playing on PC. I could see it more suited to the Switch because you can like fire it up and maybe do like a run in like a couple minutes, and then put it back down and kind of move on. And, if you like that arcadey kind of like ladder, like trying to climb the ladder, like score wise, it's a fun game. I would recommend it if you're into that.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, and the second game, which like I've just seen it everywhere, so I kind of had to play it, is Hades. I don't know if you guys have...
Oh, yeah, I see a little bit about that game. Okay.
Yeah. So this game came out like 2 years ago on the Epic Store in early access. So it finally released, I think, earlier this week. And it's a road-like kind of style game where you play as like Prince Zack. I'm going to call him Zack because I don't remember his full name.
Okay.
He's like a son of Hades, and you're trying to escape the underworld.
Yeah.
And to do that, you murder lots of stuff, and your goal is to escape by going through the various like stages of the underworld.
Okay.
Super fun game.
I remember the art style for the game standing out. It's what I'm remembering right now.
Yeah. It like fires on all cylinders. The art is fantastic. Like the character pictures are really good.
Okay.
The in-game art is really good too. The voice acting I think is really fun. Like the gods are all godlike, and like it's really funny.
Sure.
That's coming in now.
Okay.
Sorry, but yeah, it's a really fun game. There she is. Sorry, friends, and I lost my train of thought. Cat using the mic. All right, give me your. Oh, come on, bud. Where are you going?
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, let's just hang out here for a minute. Yeah.
Okay.
Hades is good. I recommend everyone play it, especially if you like rogue style games. There's a lot of like upgrading you can do to make your character better. I don't know how long it is. I'm like, I don't know, I'm probably like 6 hours in, and I'm making it to like the third world pretty consistently now.
Okay.
So we'll see. The narrative's also good, surprisingly. Like they do a cool thing where like if you die, they like spin into the narrative, and then you can talk to people. And as you talk to them, like, oh, you got killed by a spear, or like they'll make fun of you or something. Like, oh, you couldn't make it past the Hydra this time. So it's really cool what they do in like terms of like interactions with characters and all that stuff. I don't know. I'm having a really good time with it. Again, it's on the Switch, PC only right now. I have the PC version.
The only two platforms that matter.
Apparently. But also like I think it's $20 everywhere. It was $20 on Steam. I'm gonna assume it's $20 on Switch.
No, it'll be like.
I don't know if I should actually assume that.
Okay.
But
probably 25 on Switch, in all honesty.
Yeah, probably. I heard it runs well on the Switch at least, so that's good at least. So if you're looking for a fun run-based game, highly recommend that one.
Okay.
And that's pretty much been it for me. I've been playing Among Us here and there with some friends.
Okay. I'm trying to get my friend group like loaded up with Among Us. Like, I bought it for myself today officially, and then my Matt bought it, and then also I gifted it to another one of my buddies, so we got like a nice little 3-person start so far. We haven't played it yet because we're trying to get everybody loaded up in our little friend group here, but yeah.
Yeah, just get them on their phones. Like, if they don't want to spend the $5, like, they don't watch an ad or whatever. But
yeah, okay.
People are that like, anti spending any money on anything.
Yeah, sure.
Anti-consumer.
Well, I don't know. Someone's like, I don't want to pay $5 for this garbage game or whatever.
Fair enough.
Do your phone.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Anthony, what have you been up to this past week?
This week, so okay, I'm on a mission
Of actually finishing games.
Some might call it a mission from God.
Okay.
Some people know that reference, like from the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
If anyone's seen that movie.
Yeah.
That's funny. So I am basically finishing games now. I'm sick and tired of having 208 games in my Steam library and not having finished any of them.
Excellent.
A lot of it is like stuff from Humble Bundle and stuff. I don't have a problem with buying games, just by the way. But yeah, so I've been playing through Ace Combat 7 at the moment. I never actually finished it. So I like restarted it and am like almost finished, I think, because they're doing like the final attack on the main city.
On the space hill. Oh, never mind.
Bungie, or
No,
whatever his
you're
name is.
still
Whatever its name is.
you're still a few missions away from the end. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
What games have you finished?
Oh, you missed this last week. Yeah, you missed this last week.
Oh, I missed
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah, because he was still on this little crusade since last week too.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So last week I finished God of War and also Killzone. I think. Yeah, Killzone Shadowfall, which is a bad game. Don't play it. Yeah, it's not great at all. But yeah. So I've predominantly been playing through that. Also got Super Mario. What's it called? The 3D All Stars, or whatever it is. Got that at a reduced price due to some reasons. But yeah, so probably played like 2 levels of Mario 64.
It's a holdout.
So,
Yeah.
you can probably emulate it better.
It's
to be
Mario
honest.
64.
It's very.
I know.
I mean, yeah, it's Mario 64. It's awkward to like the camera is very awkward. It's
Yeah.
difficult to like maneuver around and stuff. But
I can't believe they didn't upgrade that camera at all. Ugh,
they didn't do anything.
that's so annoying.
The only thing that I have noticed is the dialogue may have changed ever so slightly.
Okay.
Mm.
Some things here and there. But yeah, like aside from that, it's Mario 64. And over here it's $69
Yikes.
retail.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry.
It
Is this like the
is-
Mario 3D collection or whatever?
yeah,
Mhm.
You actually
Yeah.
bought that? Oh man.
I mean, it's got 2 good games on there. 2 pretty good games on there. 2 really good games.
Okay.
So
I mean,
Okay.
I didn't pay full price for it though.
Oh,
so,
okay. Okay. That's
Yeah.
a little bit more excusable then. Okay.
just a little bit. So yeah, I've been playing through some of that as well. But aside from that, it's kind of it for me. I haven't really picked up like any new games apart from 3D All Stars, but they're like 1994,
Yeah.
2003, and 2010,
Yeah.
yeah, like 08 or something.
something like that.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it from me basically.
Okay. Let's see. This past week for me, I've been playing a myriad of games, actually, this past week. So I played a little bit of Modern Warfare, just the regular multiplayer. Didn't really run into, like, too many hacking issues in the regular multiplayer. Although what I have noticed is, like, there's 2 groups of people that play that game now. There's ones that are just, like, ultra sweat and just take the game, like, super seriously and whatnot. But then there are ones who are just, like, really just dicking around and having fun. So, kind of interesting in between.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's good. I guess the new season is going to come out in a couple days or whatever, or like, yeah,
Another season.
yeah. I think it
Yeah.
might be the last one until Cold War. I don't know if they'll continue seasons even with Cold War. I don't know.
Probably for the Warzone stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
'Cause I think they're just wrapping out in the Warzone.
Okay. All right, then. Yeah, I don't really know what's happening. Anyway, so also played some Civ 6 with a buddy. Because so their whole thing is like they're on this like frontier pass thing right now, as they call it or whatever. Well, just kind of like this was a few months ago, so it's like for the next year, every couple months you're gonna get like you have to pay like $40. And it's basically a season pass, but for Civ is essentially what it came down to. And so it's like every few months you'll get like a trickle feed of new civs that come out and everything. The 2 latest ones are the Gauls and Byzantium. So those came out a couple days ago. So I played a few matches with my buddy, and that was pretty fun. He really likes playing as Byzantium. So
Nice.
yeah, it's pretty good. Let's see what else. A little bit of Ghost of Tsushima. I think I'm almost through the first island. And I know it's like I just like stopped playing that game all of a sudden. It's kind of weird. And so yeah.
I was just like, I got past the first island. I was like, all right, this is perfect. I will put this controller down now.
I'm never playing it again.
Oh, okay. I got the game now. We're done.
I've gotten what I needed from this.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Hey, let's see what else. And then also a little bit of Counter-Strike also. And a little bit of Sekiro. Although I'm kind of holding off on a Sekiro. It's going to get updated on October 29th, believe it or not. But,
Are they adding stuff? Or
they're doing like an official boss rush mode and everything.
Oh, cool.
And they're also like doing outfit customization, I think.
Nice.
So
is it like a boss rush randomizer, or do you have to like write in a certain order?
I'm not sure how they're going to do it. The way that the mod works is that you can do whatever boss you want at any time or whatever. Okay. That's how the current mod works. And then they also do have a randomizer function. But yeah,
that's cool. I think that should be super important to put in the randomizer.
Yeah. It'd be just like, you know, you could end up with like Ishin at level 1 or something, and then like the horse dude Yobu, and like when you're like way into it. So
yeah. Does it like? So you don't have any of your power ups. You just go in there like.
The way the mod works is like you start a new game, and then once you get to like the first little fire or whatever and whatnot, or not the first fire, I'm thinking of Dark Souls, sorry, the first little shrine, you basically have like a menu selection, everything of what boss you want to go to and everything, and it's like it's tweaked the rewards for each boss, so you get like in progress, everything, and then it's like you buy abilities like you normally would, stuff like that. So yeah, and then you have to like use the coin or use the ascend that you get to buy things like HP, I think, or stuff like that. Or you buy stuff like prayer beads and whatnot to increase your HP and like posture and whatnot. So, yeah.
Sure. Nice.
Anyway, and then other than that, that's pretty much been it for me. So before we jump right into the gaming news, we of course have to do the little housekeeping items and whatnot. The main site is of course cultureofgaming.com. Head on over there, gaming news, reviews, opinion pieces, etc., etc. You probably know the drill at this point. We have a community Discord, a link to which you can find on the right-hand side sidebar of the main site, where you can chat with everyone you see on the podcast, including pretty much every COD staff member. So go hit us up over there. And then let's see, what else? We have 2 Facebook pages, one for the main site and one for the podcast. They are facebook.com/thecod network and facebook.com/poweruppodcast, respectively. And then youtube.com/cultureofgaming, twitch.tv/culture of gaming, Twitter @thecod network, and Instagram @culture of gaming. Finally, if you'd like to listen to an audio repository of all the previously recorded podcasts, you can head on over to wherever you can find podcasts, whether it be Spotify, Podbean, Pocket Casts, Amazon Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, etc. We're probably on it, so
even Amazon now.
Yeah,
Amazon Music, I think it's called.
Okay, yeah,
something.
Yeah.
So basically, they launched a new platform and put a bunch of like podcasts and stuff on there. So it's kind of cool.
Okay. Cool. So, go check us out over there. And if you'd like to watch a video repository of the podcast, because this is recorded live in a video format every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on our Twitch TV channel, which is twitch.tv/cultureofgaming. You can head on over to the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/cultureofgaming. My brain is apparently fried today. And, yeah, you can see a video repository of all the previously recorded podcasts. They don't get uploaded as fast as the audio ones, just because there's a little bit more work that goes into the video stuff. So, but anyway, it'll all catch up eventually, so we're good. Yeah, and I think that about wraps it up. So our first news story. Hold on, my phone is having a stroke right now. Okay, hold on.
Nice.
Why is my phone having a stroke?
It doesn't like you anymore.
Too hot.
Apparently not. Okay. Anyway. Our first news story is Microsoft buys Bethesda. All right.
I mean, they went even further. They bought Zenimax.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the better like ID or a better like headline for this and everything is basically Bethesda's parent company, Zenimax Publishing, or like Zenimax Media or something like that, or whatever their little subtitle is. Microsoft has acquired Zenimax, and therefore they've acquired Bethesda and everything that's under that umbrella. So we're talking Arcane Studios, who make Dishonored, id Software, who do Doom, Tango Gameworks, who is working on Ghostwire Tokyo right now, and then Alpha Dog, and what's that other one on the very far right there? Rough House? Okay, I think they did like Prey or something. But bottom line, yeah. But so Microsoft is now the, like, has, I don't want to say control per se, but, you know, Microsoft now has monetary control, at least, of Dishonored, Wolfenstein, Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Doom, Starfield, The Evil Within, and Prey. So, yeah. Go ahead and read a little bit from this. Let's official the press release for the press release for this. Welcoming the talented teams and beloved game franchise of Bethesda at Xbox. This was by Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, on September 21st, 6 a.m. Today is a special day as we welcome some of the most accomplished studios in the games industry to Xbox. We are thrilled to announce Microsoft has entered into an agreement to acquire Zenimax, its parent company of Bethesda Softworks. As one of the largest, most critically acclaimed, privately held game developers and publishers in the world, Bethesda is an incredibly talented group of 2,300 people worldwide who make up some of the most accomplished creative studios in our industry. And they go on to list what just talking about. Anyway. Bethesda's games have always had a special place on Xbox in the heart of millions, stuff like that. So, the first question on everybody's mind, does this mean all those games are Xbox exclusive? Short answer, no. So,
A shot.
Yeah, I don't understand why this didn't get linked in the doc copy. Paste. Okay, hold on. So, yeah, the immediate concern was whether or not, this would make all of the Bethesda games and Zenimax games, Sony exclusive as they're coming up and everything. But Microsoft was pretty quick to clarify that it will not. Bethesda and Microsoft confirmed that Bethesda Softworks will continue to self-publish as they have and everything, as they have been, despite the Microsoft acquisition, which, by the way, was $7.5 billion acquisition. Damn.
Yeah. For fun, I looked it up. YouTube was worth 1.7 billion.
When Google bought it back in
Yeah.
Okay.
And let's see, what else did I find that was fun? Oculus was worth 4 billion when it was bought
by Facebook. Okay.
By Facebook, yeah. So, 2 billion, not 4.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kind of looking at the biggest things. What gets bought by what?
Yeah. So this is worth at least one YouTube acquisition and at least one Oculus acquisition. Excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
That's anything. All right. So. What do you think of? How do you think does this change things at all, Anthony? Does this change things at all?
There's been a lot of speculation flying around about why Microsoft kind of went and bought Zenimax. Obviously, it's monetary investment, they're wanting to get money out of development and all that kind of stuff, sales, blah blah blah, and it makes sense obviously to keep their games on as many consoles / platforms as possible because it makes them more money.
Yeah.
A big point people bring up is, does this mean that bugs and stuff in Bethesda games are not going to, slide through the cracks? No, it's still going to be Bethesda. It's still going to be particularly Fallout, Far Out.
Yeah.
They're still going to have bugs and stuff. So it seems to me that Microsoft isn't getting involved at all in the whole development process because Pete Hines has actually said, the key point here is we're still Bethesda. We're still working on the same games we were yesterday, maybe the same studios we've worked on for years, and these games we've worked with for years, and these games will be published by us. So nothing's changed with regard to development.
So honestly, what's the point?
Microsoft just wants money. That's all I want.
Okay, so yeah, they did some of the revenue under. Okay.
Yeah. I also think that this is Microsoft's grand plan, right? Like just put games everywhere for everyone to play and buy, right? They don't care. Yeah. It doesn't even seem like they care. We'll talk about it in a little bit, but they don't even really care about selling new Xboxes. As long as you're paying them what right now is $15 a month. Probably going to go up eventually because look at
Settings.
Netflix and all that stuff, right? Like it goes up every so often. If you're playing for Game Pass, right? Like that's what they want.
Yeah.
They want you to play for Game Pass. I think my PC went up to $10 now too.
Okay.
Damn. Todd Howard actually did like a short blurb as well. He was basically saying this partnership is about more than one system or one screen. He adds that the deal centers on the belief that we should bring the power of games to everyone, regardless of who you are, where you live, or what you play on, regardless of the screen size, the controller, or your ability to even use one.
Does this mean we can start putting Skyrim on more dumb stuff?
I mean, it's already
Skyrim
on
a calculator.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously they'll probably have some exclusive stuff, right? Like
maybe
most
Xbox
possibly,
exclusive DLCs or whatever. Yeah.
yeah.
Bethesda's not new to that, by the way. I remember like Dawn Guard, like the Skyrim DLC and Dragonborn. It's like, or I should just say the Skyrim DLCs in general, released like a month early on the 360 way back when. So.
Right, and then I think there was like Ghostwire and one other game were like PlayStation like timed exclusives.
Yeah.
I think. And like, oh, we're honoring those. It's like, how does that even work? Like, there was contracts or signed. I don't know if honoring is the correct word, but
yeah,
they didn't remain faithful to them.
Yeah,
Slightly.
I guess you could break them, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Deathloop was the other game. Thank you. Chat.
What's up?
Oh yeah, what about like
Oh, yeah.
Fallout
Oh, hi, Mike.
76 still using the same engine as like, what was it, Fallout 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that has to do with their process. Like, I don't think Microsoft buying them is going to change the process that they want to use, unless they want to overhaul, which I think they did recently for 4, like their engine.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I saw this statement when I was looking for new stuff, just like doing the doc before the show here. It was just like, they're saying that it's like the engine overhaul for like Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 is the largest overhaul they've ever done in between games. So.
Right. Yeah. Because they have a system that works for the most part, and they want to not introduce bugs, even though they're a mess for the most, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it has nothing to do with like money, them getting bought, who's publishing it, just the system and how it works.
Yeah, I'm seeing some people around saying that it's like, oh, hopefully they use this like injection of capital to, like Bethesda uses injection of capital or whatever, to work out the bugs in their games, or hire a QA department or something. It's like, no, not gonna happen.
I mean, they have a QA department. I'm sure they're working overtime.
Yes. I feel like the Bethesda QA department is actually the hardest working people in the industry.
Probably.
Yeah.
Imagine what those games look like before release.
Yeah, exactly. Before QA goes through them. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair. Okay.
It's, yeah.
Does this like somehow give Microsoft an edge over Sony or whatever?
No, not at
No,
all.
okay.
Games are still coming to multiple platforms. Makes no difference. If anything, Bethesda may get better
Okay.
with regard to like bugs and stuff, but it seems like that's not going to be the case because Microsoft isn't getting involved by the sounds of things. Of course, there is no clarity on this at all, just a couple of statements from some people that imply that, hey, we're still doing our own thing. But there has actually not been a yes or no answer to, hey, are you going to make Bethesda games Xbox exclusive?
Yeah.
Blah, blah,
Well,
blah.
that would just piss everyone off, right?
That would,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, like obviously buying a bunch of stuff and like having it under your own umbrella to make your own thing is pretty anti-consumer. So like, not they don't want to get out there right away and be like, yep, everything's going to be exclusive. I think in the long run, this is good for Xbox, because then you're like, oh yeah, I would like to play the new Elder Scrolls game. Oh, it's only on PC and Xbox. I guess I'll sure up my Xbox now.
Yeah.
Which is like similar for people do with PlayStation. Like, oh, the new God of War is going to be on PlayStation. Well, I better buy PlayStation. So
Right.
Plot
it is
twist.
kind of interesting. It's like Microsoft has no like native studios to them anymore. It's like it's all stuff they've bought over the years and everything. But it's just like Sony's first party stuff are still like literal definition of first party. You get like God of War that's developed by Sony Santa Monica. Stuff like that. So.
There's a Microsoft Studios doing something somewhere.
I think they're just like what's the term? Like they coordinate with all the studios to help publish other studios' games. They like basically kind of freelance out, I guess. What I was going to say was plot twist. What's the bet in like next console gen, not Xbox Series X, but like the one after?
The Xbox Series X2.
Probably. Series XX.
Yeah.
They won't make a console. Because I reckon this is going to be Microsoft's last console that they're going to make. Because they're not in it for sales.
Right. Yeah.
And they don't care where their games are put.
Sony would have to open themselves up quite a bit.
And Sony, yeah, I mean, Sony's kind of doing the same thing as well, like bringing stuff to PC compared to how they were, like, even 2 years ago. They weren't doing any of this, really.
Yeah.
So I honestly don't think Microsoft's going to, like, make another console after this one.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
they're just going to do, like, the whole development approach, like what they're doing. And Taylor has a point. Like, Microsoft don't really have a whole heap of studios to their name that they bring. You know, like God of War, Sony Santa Monica, they don't have that kind of thing.
Yeah, Mike, just to clarify in the chat there, it's I was saying it's just like, you know, Microsoft Studios themselves don't really do much nowadays in terms of developers and everything. It's like a lot of things that you consider like Microsoft first party stuff is like developed by a studio that they've acquired at some point, but not directly Microsoft.
Halo is 343, Forza is Playground Games. You know, none of it's like Microsoft Studios or whatever.
Got it.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that was just what I was doing. Anyway, just to clarify.
And Gears of War people are now doing Blinking, what's it call it, right? Godfall.
Oh,
right?
No, Godfall is Gearbots, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who did Gears of War?
They have a name just for their studio. Like they changed it. It's like Gears of War. Like.
Yeah, I know the logo, I know the intro, but I can't think of what
it's like a cog, right?
Yeah.
Branding, okay.
It's by hold on. The Coalition.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. I always get Gearbox and the Coalition mixed up.
Yeah.
So I don't think Gear, like, you know, cog.
Yeah, I don't even think like Microsoft uses the Microsoft like Game Studios moniker anymore to publish. They use Xbox Game Studios now, it looks like.
You might be right.
Yeah. Do you know that Gears 5 is coming to the Series X, by the way?
Well, like aren't most games
Yeah,
at least playable on
everything?
Yeah.
You know, it's already a PC port too. So.
True. Yeah. I don't know. I stopped playing Gears of War after 3.
I think I played 2.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It's big, but like, well, we have to see, like, because you know, you don't even like Microsoft has bought stuff in the past, and nothing has necessarily happened with some of that stuff.
Oh yeah.
So
and nothing's going to happen for a couple of years.
Well, we don't know. I mean, like isn't Doom coming to like Game Pass pretty soon? So
yeah,
that's
probably.
like already like, you know, it's already kind of a big hit for them. It's not on PC Game Pass, which is kind of annoying, but whatever.
Really?
Yeah, it's only on Xbox. Well, yeah,
wow.
they're trying to shore up their catalog for the new box, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
So.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very interesting.
All right. Anything else to say about this besides, wow, we're still years away from the next big like Bethesda release. Yeah. Kind of a shame.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
All right.
Wait, aren't Rare working on? What are they working on? Like Garden Simulator 2 or something?
The survival game where you're Honey That Shrunk the Kids, I think, is what they're working on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
I don't know what it's called. It's not actually branded Honey I Shrunk the Kids. It is like called
The Wilderness or something.
No, it's not. I don't remember. It's an early access. It's not The Wilderness though.
Sea of Thieves.
It's like Shrunk did or something.
They're working on.
Oh my gosh.
Not that garden game, right? Where it's like ants and stuff.
Yeah, where you're like a kid and you get shrunk down.
Oh, Overgrowth or whatever it is. Is that Overgrowth?
I don't think that's the name.
They didn't work on that. They worked on Everwild.
What?
Yeah.
Who makes
Red
that?
and... Yeah, that was someone else.
Really?
Yeah. The newest thing they did was Battletoads. Oh gosh.
Oh,
Did they make
Lord.
that game?
They made Battletoads. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, do you guys have Battletoads?
Oh, they made Sea of Thieves.
Everwild.
Everwild. Who's making? I don't know.
It's Overgrowth. I'm sure of it.
No, is it?
That's Overgrowth video game. That is made by Wolfenstein Games.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh no,
No.
That's not it at all. What are you talking about?
Anthony, what are you on about?
Okay, shut up, Taylor. What's it called?
Ah,
I don't know.
chat.
Furiously typing. What are we even trying to look for?
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Mike.
Obsidian.
Thanks, Mike.
It's made by
Oh,
Obsidian.
Obsidian made that.
Okay.
Obsidian Entertainment. Yes.
Aren't
Thank
those the
you.
Fallout New Vegas people? Obsidian?
They are.
Okay.
They are.
And the, what is it? Outer Worlds? Outer Planets? Whatever.
Outer Worlds.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, okay.
Outer Worlds.
Thanks, chat.
It's out
Thanks,
of-
Mike.
That chat.
It's so bad, it's out of this world.
Accurate. Alright. Moving along, short little story here also regarding the Xbox. Because Microsoft and Sony both decided to pat their next-gen consoles with an abysmal amount of storage, they're of course going to try to sell you their own proprietary expandable storage stuff and everything. And, well, we now know the pricing for the Xbox's poison. The Xbox Series X 1 terabyte expandable storage costs $220 if you're in the US, and if you're in the UK, £220. That's technically cheaper in the UK, anyway. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Wow. That's
Are they doing a Nintendo?
A little bit.
Let me pop
It's
over
more
to
of a
New
more
Age
of a
real quick.
Vita. I feel like it's more
Yeah.
of a Vita move.
1
wait, what?
terabyte SSD. From Seagate.
Yes, they're partnered up with Seagate to
Yeah.
make these.
Wait,
They're kind of they're like these little memory cards.
Yeah.
You just like plug it into your Xbox.
Okay.
And so it's important to know that you cannot run games off of an HDD. You can't off a hard drive. Have
Yeah.
to run it off, or excuse me, any new Xbox Series X games have to be on SSDs.
Okay.
You can probably
Is this it?
play like older games off an HDD,
Yeah.
but not the newer ones.
Yeah.
You can store the new games on an HDD, so you can like transfer back and forth.
Uh-huh.
Not sure how long that takes. I mean, it's SSD, so it might be faster. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I look at New Age. I see some Seagate 1 terabyte SSDs. The normal SATA ones are like $130. An entry level M.2 one is $168. So you're looking at around a $70
Is that-
markup or so. Depends on.
With that screenshot that I just shared, Andrew, is that it?
No. That's not
Okay.
it. It is.
That
I'll
must
link,
be for Xbox One X.
Yeah, I'll link it. There's a guy like wait, where is it? Where'd it go?
I don't think they're available here yet. Oh, they're those things. Okay.
Yeah,
I
they're like
see.
these little guy like there's little plugs basically.
Yeah. Okay.
What did I do with that? Did I close it? Oops.
So, yeah, just to clarify, we knew that, Xbox was going to have an expandable storage option. We just didn't know the pricing. And, well, now we know the pricing, and there is quite the markup on it. As I said, around $70 markup.
So, a Series S will go from basically being $299 to $520 if you want 1.5 terabytes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That is expensive.
The article, Eurogamer here is the article that we're pulling this from, is saying that it's just like, the cost of SSDs will go down over time. Well, I mean, if they're Microsoft branded and proprietary,
4
there's no
years
guarantee, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, so it's like they can keep it. So that might not be sound logic, but he's like, but maybe there'll be better value and even higher capacity SSDs by the time you do. Again, if Microsoft will be the only one selling these to you and everything, it really depends on how they control that price over time. So
If they do a Nintendo, they're not going to drop it at all.
right. So this is more about them. This could be more about them like trying to cash in from the get-go about people who already know they're gonna have like a terabyte of games on the first day or whatever on their Series X. So
You get one Modern Warfare on there.
right. And that's it. That's all you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One Warfare.
Yes, one Modern Warfare, please.
It's funny though, because with that screenshot that I just shared before, you can get a 4 terabyte this is in Australia too, so which
Mhm.
is like monopoly money. You can get a 4 terabyte Seagate Special Edition portable game drive for this is for the Xbox One X, right? These were made specifically for them. $189 for 4 terabytes.
Oh,
I mean, these are supposed to be really fast, right? So
Yeah,
I guess
but-
it's expensive.
I mean, okay.
I don't think
It is
there's
a lot,
anything,
though.
there's anything
Yeah.
special that this gives you over a normal M.2 drive, though. That's the thing.
Mhm.
Like, I'm not sure
Which
there's
is-
anything special.
Yeah, which is like what Sony is doing. It seems like they're just letting you, hey, this is going to be the list of M2 drives that work.
Yeah, this is. I remember this coming up when the PS4 and Xbox One first came out and everything, and people were like doing the SSD mods for them and everything. It's like Microsoft. There's only certain ones that would work with Microsoft, but with Sony, you could literally drop anything in there and be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
It's yeah, anything proprietary is never great, right? Like it's
No.
usually not fantastic. Well, I mean, not it works, which is good. Like you just know what to buy. Like, oh, I buy the one. This one
Yeah.
works. I'll buy it. But it's always like way more expensive.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, very true.
Just buy a PC, people. Put all the storage you want on it.
Just buy, yeah, exactly.
Put all the storage you want on it. Put all the games you want on it. To hell with the data caps, okay? All right.
Very true.
Some guy in the comment on the Eurogamers there is like, well, let's just be uninstalling and reinstalling stuff a bunch. That'll slowly kill your drive over time, but also if you have a data cap, you're screwed.
Yeah,
So-
that's
And like, okay, seriously, isn't the goal of a next gen console to improve upon the previous gen console?
Yes.
Okay. That's what we were doing with the Xbox One. Why do we have to do it with the Series X?
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Well, with the Xbox One, they only had 500 gig, right? So people were like constantly uninstalling, reinstalling.
Okay.
A lot of people's drives died, and it seems again we're going to be doing the same thing.
So at launch, the PS4 and Xbox One had hard drives, which are much more susceptible to like the constant read and write stuff and everything of uninstalling and reinstalling. SSDs are a bit more durable than like the regular spinny disk hard drives. So yeah.
I'm just saying I need more storage.
Okay.
That's my point.
They definitely do, especially
Yeah.
when you're like outing a digital version. And
Yeah.
you get like the digital version has like
Does the PS4 Pro have an SSD? I don't think it does.
no.
Okay. Yeah.
But like I think the PlayStation has like 800 and something gigabytes built in, and then the Series S has like 500, I think, only.
Ugh.
512.
512, thank you.
512.
So that's just not.
That's
not,
like
That's not it.
The
Like,
512 is like abysmal in the truest sense of the world. Like I joke around abysmal just because I'm like PC Master Race and everything for being a terabyte and everything being abysmal, just because you know. But anyway, it's just like 512 gigabytes is actually abysmal.
you
like,
can't
that
even
sort of
get
something.
2 Modern Warfares
Right?
on there.
Yeah.
Can't even get
Yeah,
2 Modern
prob-
Warfares.
You probably couldn't. The way Modern Warfare works, where you have to like download the whole entire thing.
Yeah, you have like
Every
a bunch
time?
of overhead every time it updates also, because it's going to,
Yeah.
like, before it clears, like, say you download an 80 gig update for it, which is pretty routine, by the way, it clears an additional 80 gig on top of the install first, and then once it's done updating, it might delete whatever, like, the overhead was, but yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to keep some free space on your drive.
Question.
Yeah.
Can the PS5 use an external hard drive?
Theoretically, yes.
Yeah, I don't think it's probably similar. You can't run the new PS5 games off of it.
Yeah.
So, okay. Maybe if you
So, I don't know, this is
got...
borderlining into anti-consumer territory for me. Like, hey, if you want to expand the storage, you need to make sure it's this specific SSD and everything to play the games off of it, you know? As opposed to on
Yeah.
PC, anything they can write ones and zeros to, you can play off of.
Well, it's like I mentioned the Vita jokingly, but that's exactly what the Vita did.
Yeah,
Like you had
yeah.
to buy their little memory card, and people hated that.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, okay, I'm gonna buy either the gigantic one time,
Uh-huh.
or I'm gonna like have to delete everything all the time.
Right, yeah.
So Mike, I'm going to argue with you here. Because according to the Sony blog itself, to increase your PS5 or PS4 storage, you can plug in an external hard drive or solid-state drive via USB 3.8. It's extremely easy and will greatly increase the number of games you can have on your console all at once, and games will run off it.
Off of a
Off of a hard drive.
on a
Load
PS5?
hard-
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Load times will just be longer. So I can buy that. Here you go. This is like branding.com. I can buy an Xbox Seagate hard drive and use it on my PS5.
I'm not
I
sure
have-
on that one.
Yeah, I have an external hard drive plugged into my PS4, and it's just a random. I don't even know what company it is.
I was just thinking.
Yeah, if I look at
See.
Seagate internal hard drives for like PC and everything, 2 terabyte for $55. You need a 16 terabyte enterprise drive for $360. 3 terabyte for $85. Yeah, 8 terabyte NAS. You don't want a NAS hard drive. Yeah. So 4 terabyte for $90. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you.
Just buy an external SSD or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, we'll see. I know Sony is pretty easy to swap it out. Like opening up the thing and swapping it out is actually
Probably
pretty easy from what I understand.
Do you want to play Modern Warfare? Yeah, let me just swap out my drive real quick. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
That sounds so like original Xbox-esque. Or like, wait,
true.
N64.
Yeah.
You know, the rumble pack or the like memory card things?
Yeah.
At least with like some of the other, well, you can buy third-party ones, but they always sucked.
I remember I have like a Mad Catz memory card somewhere that's like fat. It's like really fat because for GameCube, and it's like the whole shtick was like there's this big like plastic housing on it or whatever, and there was like a keychain loop for it or whatever, or like a bucket or like a carabiner hook for it. Yeah, it's like
when you wanted to, pick your GameCube up by the handle, take it to your buddy's house, then you could keychain it to your memory card as well.
Exactly.
They had you covered.
It's great.
I feel like I've told this story, but I remember having like a really bad memory card, and I didn't even have enough room to fit Animal Crossing on it, so I would just be constantly restarting my Animal Crossing game over and over. And leave it on for like days.
I remember
not a way to play that game.
I think it was Harvest Moon on like N64. We legitimately left the console running for like a week.
Yeah.
Poor
That
thing.
was bad.
I know, people did it all the time back in the day. Like, just, turn it upside down, leave it on for...
It'll be fine.
Exactly.
It'll be fine.
I mean, those consoles were bricks back. Like they were units, like they were big boys.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? The handle was before its time on the GameCube, okay?
It's all just a process, First you had the handle, now it's a portable thing. You just carry around in the case.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
It's been in the making for so long.
So you could, with the N64, you could like get anything in there because you had to like blow into the slot sometimes because it wasn't working. You get like saliva in there.
N64 you could just throw around.
Oh
it
yeah,
wouldn't break. So when you want to take it to your friend's house,
you just toss it over and then follow it. Yeah,
exactly.
Toss it down the street.
Frisbee.
Yeah. Still play frisbee with the N64. Okay.
Heck yeah.
All right. Let's take a break from talking about what's it called, Microsoft, and go over to Sony really quick. Sony confirms there's no free PS5 upgrade for PS4 Spider-Man players. As of now, here's a statement from Sony in full. Marvel Spider-Man Remastered is an enhanced version of Marvel Spider-Man and is included as part of Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Edition for the PS5. In addition, players who purchase Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales on PlayStation 4 can upgrade at no additional cost to the PS5 version of Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales and can take advantage of a paid upgrade to download Marvel Spider-Man Remastered.
Spider-Man, man.
There are no plans currently to offer Marvel Spider-Man Remastered as a standalone. Players with a copy of Marvel Spider-Man for PS4 can purchase Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Edition to experience Marvel Spider-Man Remastered on PS5. Oh my god.
Spider-Man is Spider-Maning.
I'm done.
Okay,
Jesus Christ. All right, so I don't know if you own Spider-Man on PS4, you're not getting it on PS5 unless you get some other edition of it. I'll buy the game again. Okay, that's the TLDR here. You have to buy the game again.
Yeah. So the question I had, and the main reason why I kind of included it in this topic, even though it was very small, could this be a trend that Sony follows, like with their first-party titles? Yeah. Kind of thing.
Mike asked, this was really a shock. No, not really. I'm trying to fully expect this. I don't go into anything in the next gen like expecting free upgrades for shit, honestly. Yeah. So anything that we do is just kind of a bonus. Anyway, that's just me.
Very true.
Yeah.
So basically, could we see this as being a trend, like for first-party Sony games? Microsoft's obviously consumer, trying to be as consumer-friendly as possible.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. Apparently, but is
You're
like,
so
will this be?
skeptic of Microsoft doing anything.
Who, you are or I am?
No, you are.
I am. Look at the blinking external hard drive crap.
I know.
Yeah.
$512 for Series S.
I
That's
know.
like $800 over here. They should be sued.
Series X, by the way, but yeah.
Series S.
With the drive.
Oh yeah,
With
with
the
the okay,
drive.
yeah, you're right, yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that's my question. What do we think?
Well, you see,
It comes down to the developer at the end of the day. So like CD is going to have it on both consoles where you can buy like for what's it called Cyberpunk. There we go.
Yeah.
Where you can like automatically swap over and they're not going to charge you. So it does come down to the developer, but I'm saying like first party, what could they do?
right, yeah, I don't know. So it's like first party will probably be controlled by like Sony themselves, and I think it's just like you can kind of like get a good sense for where Sony stands on the issue, right? So it's like, say it's like they decide to upgrade God of War 2018. Hold on just a sec. So say if they were to upgrade like God of War 2018 up to a PS5 version or whatever, Sony would probably expect you to pay for it again or whatever. So yeah, or maybe they might do like an $80 bundle when Ragnarok comes out, do like an enhanced PS5 edition of God of War, and have Ragnarok on it. I don't know how they'll handle it, but
so if you buy Miles Morales, you get PS5 version of Spider-Man.
okay.
So like, I get why they're doing
Okay.
you know, so I get why they're like, you know, not charging it, because like I don't know if maybe it's a pre-order, I'm not sure thing. Like, oh, I buy Miles Morales, I really enjoy that game, and you know it might be a shorter experience. Like, you know, the other Spider-Man is, you know, right here for $40 or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
buy that version of it. It's like just an easy way to get people to buy it again. And like, you know, obviously they put work into the PS5 version of Spider-Man.
Right. Yeah.
You know, you just can't expect them to get it for free for the most part. Like, I guess why
There needs to be a
Cyberpunk
cutoff point, you know?
Yeah. The game's like 2 years old. Like, I
Yeah.
guess Cyberpunk makes sense because it's new.
Right. It's gonna be releasing
you
right on the
know.
edge of the generation here, so
And they're, you know, CD Projekt Red is like, you know, everyone loves them for their like, you know, community.
right.
Their-
They have more money
yeah.
than they know what to do with, which is why they can do shit like that. And you know, yeah.
That's true too.
They're like the richest company in Europe, right?
Yes, they surpassed Ubisoft for the largest, for like the richest entertainment company in Europe. So, yeah.
Doing that for Demon Souls. Yeah, I like, yes, you know, in the chat mentions Demon Souls, but like also Demon Souls came out in 2009 or something like that. 2010.
Yeah, and it was a PS3 exclusive. It was like 2008.
You know,
That's right.
and it doesn't even have you can't even play it online technically
Anymore. Yeah.
right now, right?
Yeah.
Until the release comes out,
Mhm.
new one. So it's like, you know, I think that's well warranted. Like, and $60 or $70 is a lot,
Right.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
Witcher 3 is coming to next gen as well.
Yeah.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That makes
CD
sense.
is like remastering most of their games apparently for next gen. So probably not Witcher like 1 and 2, but like, yeah, that's kind of interesting.
It makes sense. The game's huge. The Witcher on Netflix is massive.
Yeah. Season 2 is in the works, by the way, for The Witcher on Netflix.
Yeah, so like if you get someone who watched it and like doesn't play a lot of games, like, oh, there's a video game, and like, you know, like,
Yeah.
I have a PS5 and Xbox Series X. I'll pick it up and then, you know, play a really good game.
Yeah.
So.
Honestly, it's like this is such on a per game like basis so far and whatnot. Like, you know, a couple weeks ago we talked about like the confusing-ish Call of Duty Cold War stuff and whatnot. It's just I kind of wish just like Sony and Microsoft would take a little bit of control here and just be like, okay, no, this is the policy across it all or whatever.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
So it's like if you're releasing a game after this like date or whatever, you have to offer this or whatever, or you have to offer the upgrade for free or whatever, or something like that. Either that or be like, okay, no, you don't have to. Like, you don't have to upgrade if you want to upgrade and charge or whatever, you know? It's like, just kind of wish there was one unifying directive for stuff. Like, just something would set the policy for either company.
Sure. Yeah, that would make it much more clear.
Yeah.
But also, I do where you're coming from, but I also like the fact that some publishers can set the prices of what they, you know, like, oh, I want to set it for this game for 40 or whatever.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Yeah. Okay.
push and pull, I guess, right?
All right. So hold on, let me chat something
I'll
here.
be right back. I'm just gonna let the beast in, i.e. the cat.
All right. Wow. Getting ready to like crap all over Microsoft again.
Fantastic.
Yes. Yeah, maybe not like crap all over it, but it's more like more drama with them.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Well,
Never easy around a console launch.
nope. All right, so moving right along. Hello, cat.
I like its bow tie.
It's very cute.
All right, makes him very manly.
Very dapper.
Yeah. All right, so we have some Xbox Series X drama because the pre-orders went live earlier in the week. And Series S also. I don't next gen Xbox stuff. Okay. All right. So whatever you want to call it. Okay. All right. First article is Xbox Series X and S pre-orders break Amazon, Best Buy, and more. Xbox Series X and S pre-orders have gone live in the US today, and today was being September 22nd, 2020, but retailers are struggling to cope with the demand. The Amazon store pages for the next-gen consoles went down almost immediately, showing readers various images of the Dodds of Amazon, while Best Buy is displaying incorrect pre-order information altogether. The pre-orders went live today at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, with various retailers putting their next-gen Xbox console listings online. However, the number of users trying to access their websites forced widespread outages and errors, with many struggling under the weight of prospective Xbox Series X and X buyers. Microsoft's homepage immediately went down as users attempted to pre-order the console from its official site. Meanwhile, Best Buy is still displaying the console as coming soon. Amazon fared a little bit better with the listing at least appearing, though clicking directly to its page prompts an error message informing users that something went wrong on our end. Unlike Sony, which sprung pre-orders on customers less than 24 hours after announcing the PS5's pricing, Microsoft gave prospective buyers a comparatively lengthy amount of time to contemplate their pre-orders. However, this hasn't meant that retailers have been any more well-equipped to deal with this high demand. Hopefully, these retailers will be able to rectify their technical issues, etc., etc. A related story is, why isn't this in the dock anymore? Who deleted it?
Haven't touched it.
I didn't...
You said you were gonna add it to the pre-order frenzy part, Anthony.
It's below it, right?
What do you mean?
That's the credit one.
Alright.
That was what I was talking about.
Okay, hold on. Okay,
Taylor, do you, Job?
hold on.
Yes. Pre-orders. I'm assuming no one here attempted to pre-order.
Nope. Did you?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
There we go. I found what I was looking for. Yeah. And because of all the pre-order issues, the Xbox One X sales have skyrocketed as pre-orders for Xbox Series X go live. We all know what that means. September 22nd, yada. Okay. A post from Andrew Alerts has gone viral on Twitter, an industry insider with a specialty tracking seller trends and founder of Nintendo. In his tweet, he cited a drastic spike in Amazon Xbox One X system sales, with associated tagline asking how many people bought an Xbox One X instead of an Xbox Series X. The system names are undeniably similar, and they're, yeah.
Those poor grandmas.
We're leaving it at that right now.
An increase of 750%, right?
Yeah. Or something like that, or jumped up that many spots on the Amazon buy list.
Yeah.
Timmy, I got that box you wanted. It came early.
Oh.
The Xbox One X. Yes, that's what you wanted, right, little Timmy? No? You're gonna make me cry, Timmy. It was mean. Those words are mean. But yeah, all those poor grandmas who you know, or thought they were being, you know, nice to their little Timmies, and yikes.
This is why you differentiate names. Like PS4 to PS5 is like pretty clear different, right? You know, like that's decent at least. But then
It's true, yeah.
It's the Series X. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, chat. Mike brings up a good point where they canceled. They're not making this Xbox One X anymore.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean they're not available to purchase.
Yeah. Well, at least their stock is getting cleared out.
True.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Buy it and resell it. Don't know.
I mean, because those are like expensive, right? Those are like not cheap boxes.
I think they're like 500.
Yeah, and like you could have waited and got a $300 machine.
Yeah.
You know, that sucks. Oof. Oof.
Yeah, I find it really funny.
Yeah, I mean
Alright,
it's a
yeah.
bummer, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind
I
of
try to find it funny, you know. All right. Bye, Anthony.
close to 500. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. All right. And, well, the drama doesn't end there, okay? This is Money, a UK financial like news website. Plenty of drama with Klarna. Xbox pre-order debacle leaves shoppers without a console, but marks on their credit files. Klarna had partnered with Game and Smith's Toys to offer a new Xbox bundle. They're two retailers out of Britain. This would allow shoppers to pay for the console over 24 monthly payments. This is separate than like Microsoft's like Xbox Direct program and everything. These are like retailer-specific financing stuff. All right, anyway. Thousands of shoppers who tried to pre-order the latest Microsoft Xbox were left fearing for the state of their credit stores after a bundle between high street retailers and the buy now, pay later service Klarna left them without a console but with marks on their credit files. Klarna, which happens to have the slogan "No drama, just Klarna," had partnered with Game and Smith's Toys to let customers the Xbox Series S and X Games consoles. These gave an option to spread the cost over 2 years and provided customers set up a direct debit and passed a hard credit check, which publicly appear on borrowers' credit reports. But consumers reported the retailers' websites were down for as long as 6 hours when the deal launched on Tuesday, and that was when they were finally able to reach the checkout. They were greeted with a message telling them there has been a technical error after Game and Smith's Toys both ran out of stock. The farce and subsequent backlash on Twitter led to Microsoft itself intervening, with Xbox UK's marketing chief telling customers on the social media platform they had spoken to Klarna and the retailers to begin fixing the situation. Despite being unable to purchase an Xbox due out in November, shoppers were still subjected to Klarna's affordability chats and even received emails informing them they had set up a direct debit with a Swedish company. A number of shoppers who received the error message tried refreshing websites multiple times or trying to order again, although Klarna insisted this should not have led to more than one hard credit check. All right, so, yeah.
That's unfortunate, those people.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Some people reported that they had multiple checks from the buy now, pay later provider on their files. Upwards of 3. Oh boy. And those things affect your credit. Like, they affect your credit by like 20 to 40 points.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Hard credit
Probably
check.
different based on where you
It's
live.
probably,
And all that
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah.
different countries and whatever. But over here, well, we're pretty similar to the UK. So over here, it's like 20 to 40 points, depending on how hard the credit check is.
Right.
Yeah, that's not good.
No?
It's not good at all. And those come into like query if you're going for loans or anything later on. Like if you're going for a home loan, they'll query all that kind of stuff. So it's
Why would you need to do such like a brutal credit check for a game console?
They are expensive, but not that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, if you're buying like a washing machine or something, sure, but like,
yeah, it's under $1,000. Like, it's crazy.
I wouldn't. Yeah, well, it was just the seems like just like the loan servicer there, you know.
Probably, yeah. Whoever they're using.
Klarna, yeah.
Back to like the pre-order stuff. Did you guys expect it to go poorly?
No.
You didn't expect? You expected it to go well?
No, I expected it to go poorly. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, you did. Expect
I thought you were asking, did you expect it to go well? And it's like, oh no, I didn't.
Oh,
I am somewhat surprised. I'm somewhat surprised that there was this much demand for it. Honestly, though, right off the get-go.
I think a new thing. Who knows how much they have, right, in stock?
Sure, yeah.
So like, I don't think a sellout is out of the question.
Yeah.
Do the iPhones still sell out immediately when they get like released?
No.
No.
Yeah. Just because like Apple stots them to all hell before release and everything, so like this year will probably be different and everything just because of the pandemic. But yeah.
Sure.
It's like So anyway.
Well, I guess it's good for Xbox. We'll see.
I'm surprised, to be honest, that the Series X got this much demand.
Yeah.
Just from like their whole marketing campaign and everything. I mean, to be honest, it's funny. So when Sony did their pre-orders, people were like, "Oh, Sony's done a really bad job and it's not good and blah blah blah." And then when Microsoft did theirs, everybody's like, "Oh, Sony did the best of the two because they didn't tell people about it."
It was just like less, like the expectations were so low from Sony that like it was
basically.
fine.
Yeah.
So people actually had a chance to buy, whereas sounds like with Microsoft, people didn't even have a chance.
It's like everyone was queued up, ready to rock. Where like at Sony, it was like you just had to get lucky.
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
people were able to think about the Xbox One for a few days, you know, and whatnot, and like make plans to like be that person F5ing the page for a while, you know, until the viewers went live. But then, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Sony was
Sounds
just like,
funny.
"Well, you got 24 hours. Set your alarm." Yeah.
Yeah, I also do. Yeah, I know you probably talked about it last week, but like the thing is, Sony's like, yeah, we'll let you know. We're gonna go live sometime tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like cue like SpongeBob 3 hours later guy, and there it is.
Right.
I
I feel like that was almost like a
Yeah.
time zone difference issue right there.
don't know.
Anyway. Or same days as
Possibly,
Walmart.
yeah.
I'm screw things up. Yeah.
Canadian Walmart once again come through.
Right. Thanks. Truly the savior of the games industry. All right. So, yeah. You know
New
what?
consoles are almost here. Exciting stuff.
Yeah. You know what event has been going on, I guess, this past week or so? The Tokyo Game Show. Which would officially mark the 2-year anniversary since Corsair blew up my computer in that case. Yeah. So, anyway. So we got some Resident Evil news out of the Tokyo Game Show. It looks like we're doing a 25th anniversary edition. Anthony, you put you put this in the doc. What is this?
Okay, so I think there. So I've looked at 2 articles on this. So it seems like they're doing a 25th anniversary game, and I believe that is Resident Evil 4. They're remaking Resi 4. Because
You could do like a collection maybe as well.
Yeah, there's no. Basically, the announcement was like 20 seconds long. There was nothing about it. It's just like, hey, Resident Evil anniversary, blah, blah, blah. And then more information's coming out where they're remastering Resi 4, so I'm fairly sure that ties in with this announcement. And so maybe they're going to like do, as Andrew said, like a Resi collection or something. This is just some small news, but
yeah.
Obviously this was announced during the whole like Resident Evil Village segments they had at Tokyo Game Show. And yeah. So
Man, what a
Resident Evil
collection
remake.
if it would be the remake of 2, 3, and 4.
Oh.
That has to go down as like, if that happens,
Yeah.
that would be like the best collection.
Oh yeah, it'd be much better than that Mario collection.
It would like rival the original like Mario All Stars.
Yeah.
Like that's how good those games are, I think.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Possibly, yeah.
All right.
But-
Yeah. Anything else?
No, that was kind of it.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
small news.
Oh,
That's
okay,
kind of
great.
it.
All right, let's talk about Among Us 2, or rather, Among Us in general, I guess. I don't know. That game's been going gangbusters. It absolutely threw off Fall Guys from the throne of like Twitch flavor of the month.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Among Us 2 canceled in favor of expanding the first game. Developer Inner Sloth announced via a blog post that it has canceled plans for Among Us 2, instead promising to bring all planned content to the first game in hopes of capitalizing on its growing audience. However, the team has warned that bringing new features and other content to Among Us is likely to be a slower process than developing a standalone successor. The main reason we were shooting for a sequel is because the codebase of Among Us 1 is so outdated and not built to support, etc. So, however, seeing how many people... So, it's like, basically, it's like, yeah, we're just going to try and update the first game because everybody's already on the first game, but it's going to require significant code rewrite and whatnot, so, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, why not just make the second one and just upgrade everyone who bought the first one?
Yeah. that
Yeah,
might take
it really comes
a lot
off
of
as, like, you know, redoing the code base for Among Us 1 is going to be a massive pain in the ass.
Well, they have so many people with the client down
True, yeah.
that, like, I would say millions of people, most likely, right? Like, so, okay, instead of, like, making a new one for everyone to re-download, plop it in there.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a bummer. Like, if I, like, Among Us 2, I get the, like, appeal of Among Us, like, it's super easy.
Yeah.
Right? And, like, the graphics can run on any and everything. It's fun and whatnot. But, like, I don't know. I think a more interesting game. I guess there probably are more interesting games out there, too. Like, you know, that are similar in the vein of Among Us. Like Neverwinter or something like that, I think is what it's called.
What was the other one? There was another one where you're on like a spaceship and it's a very similar thing.
I don't know.
But it's like it's like 8 people. I don't know what it's called.
Project Winter. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Donkey was playing it.
Yeah.
Probably a bad game. But breaking news, I received a text from my father today.
Oh.
Simply reading, I downloaded Among Us.
Oh boy.
And I think he's gonna try to play like online. I was like randoms, and then the next text: how do you pick a name? Perfect.
Pretty good.
You're killing it, Dad. Never mind. I figured it out.
All right. He's doing well. He's doing well.
Good luck.
Town Assailant or Werewolf. Yeah, both those. Yeah, similar things. But yeah, I don't know. Again, with like Among Us, it's it's like might have just been easier to like merge everyone over to the next version of it or something. I don't know. Yeah, like.
Yeah. Probably. And they're a small team, most likely. They probably never expected to make this much money off of their tiny little game.
Yeah.
But they are making some decent improvements. Like I believe they're adding like a friends list, and like some other stuff. Probably new maps.
Yeah.
More cosmetics. So I don't know. You gotta strike while the iron's hot, right? Who knows?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Among Us 2 comes out in a year. Do people care? I don't know.
Hopefully.
Maybe not.
Yeah. Hopefully. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, if it's not doing anything new,
right.
then.
So probably this little like steady stream of like updates and DLC to the first one is the better way to go here.
Yeah, I mean it's like I saw an article. I wish I knew who wrote it, but it was like Among Us isn't just like the most popular game of 2020. Like it is 2020. It makes sense. Like everyone can't be next to each other and like you're playing.
You have to figure out who has Corona.
Yeah, not just like that.
Isolate the people that have Corona.
It's just like like it's so it works so well in the current environment.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't know.
Sus.
So Jackbox Party Pack. I think this is Jackbox 8. There's a mode on there called Who's the Alien?
Oh, okay.
Oh, Jackbox 7 I think is the newest one coming out. I didn't even know that came out yet.
It's the same thing. It's basically the same thing. So like you basically have to figure out who the alien is, or the what are they called? What are they called?
Imposters.
Instigator. Imposter. There you go.
You are the imposter.
What's this one called? It's called. What's the game on it? The Devils and the Details? No.
I think this is just Who's the Alien. I think that's what it's called.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that was the. Because I'm looking up the 7th Jackbox. I don't see that. Oh. Excuse me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe?
But yeah, it's like this game, Mike kind of talked about this in the chat a little bit too. It's like, this game mode or like, this game style isn't like new or anything, right?
No.
It's just like how they implemented it, trying to put the setting onto it, and it being like natively online is pretty cool, right? So it's like, yeah.
We talked about it's free on phones.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, push the button. Okay. I haven't played that one. I think that's on 6, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct.
I have not played that one because whenever I play Jackbox, it's usually my family, and it's always too complicated for them to understand, and I don't want to explain everything 600 times.
Fair enough. Okay.
Sounds like fun.
I get promoted to Game Master if there are games being played. So
read the instructions.
Yeah, it is funny too. Chat brings up it suddenly popular for 2008, and it's been out since 2018.
Yeah.
Or I got that right.
Yeah, that's weird. What's the go with games doing that? Like,
the power of Twitch, honestly, right? It's just like some people, a popular Twitch streamer will just find a fun game and then like stream it one day, blows up.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like their friend just is on the App Store. It's like, what's this thing?
Yeah.
And then like, oh, this is a really cool thing. Oh, it's on Steam. Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's get 8 players together, and then all it takes is like 2 Twitch streamers playing together.
Yeah. And Twitch makes any game a thing if you let them. Exactly. Yeah. It's like Twitch will pretty much just make or break games nowadays.
Basically, yeah.
Like Fall Guys, how they like just I was kind of ready for that game, but not a lot of people had heard of it, and then all of a sudden, boom, huge for like a month.
Yeah. Hence why Anthem is a zombie. Yeah.
I think Doc played that first.
Fall Guys.
Like he was the one who kind of like gave it popularity, I guess.
Fall Guys or
Fall
Among
Guys?
Us?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I would say
Fall Guys.
Tim Tatman. There's like so much. Like there was literally like memes of him like all the time.
Yeah,
playing.
I think Doc played it, and then Tim heard about it from Doc.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know.
Doc and Tim are
Twitch,
pretty close.
Twitch
so.
and YouTube is a mysterious place.
Mysterious thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, all I have to say is Anthony sus. Okay.
What?
Anthony
button.
sus.
Nice. I
Ah.
can kill
That
anyone.
game is really fun. I remember just killing somebody in front of somebody and be like, I just saw them vent. It's totally them, and people believe me, and I'm like, God, I'm such a jerk. This poor woman who I just lied about.
Oh, no.
You murdered someone, Andrew.
They're like first time playing the game, and I'm just straight up being just an
Just
a-hole.
psychopathic. Just complete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad. And you just hear them like laughing, like no. Like they're like playing in the room with their significant other. You just hear it bleed through their mic. That's the best.
All right. Well, a new fighter approaches, whatever the Smash Brothers saying is, appears. What is it? Approaches.
It depends on the character. They do
Okay.
weird stuff, you know?
All right. Anyway, well, Amazon introduces cloud gaming service Luna because it worked out so well for Google.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Amazon is getting into the cloud gaming business with Luna, a new service that uses its Amazon Web Services tech as the backbone. Amazon has unveiled its own cloud gaming service called Luna, which will use Amazon AWS as its backbone. CNET reports the service is touting the ability to play anywhere, including iPhone and iPad, and requests early access to the service starting today. So, yeah. Amazon is offering Luna Plus Game Channel, which gives you access to a library of games for a subscription price, off to a better start than Stadia. During the early access period, Luna Plus will include a number of games like RE7, Control, and A Plague Tale: Innocence, among others. It will cost $6 per month, and Amazon promises quality up to 4K with 60 FPS for some games. You can play on 2 devices at a time with Luna Plus.
That's even that is better than
Much better than Google Stadia. Yeah.
because Resi 7 isn't on Stadia, Control isn't on Stadia, and A Plague Tale isn't on Stadia.
And yeah, it's going to be on various devices. It has its own controller, which looks like a controller, and yeah.
The controller is very similar to the Pro controller from Nintendo, Switch Pro controller.
Yeah.
Very similar.
So okay, hold on. I was under the impression that there is like channels you would have to pay for.
Maybe.
Am I wrong? Like I wanted to get the Ubisoft channel. I will pay an extra $5.
Oh, they might do that. Like they might break it down by like developer.
Here we go.
whatever.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Amazon also announced a partnership with Ubisoft to offer its own game streaming channel through Luna. This will give you access to new games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Far Cry 6, and Immortals Phoenix Rising on release day. It did not detail pricing for those games or the Ubisoft channel. Amazon says it will give at least 30 days notice before the early access period ends. You can check out all the games announced for Luna Plus below. Some are more recent, blah, blah, blah. Amazon is also leveraging its ownership of Twitch. The Luna interface will show Twitch streams of games that are supported in the service, and players can launch into games right from Twitch. This is similar to the functionality that Google has promised is coming to Stadia and YouTube. Yeah, sure, that'll never happen.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's basically it.
So
Let's say how much. Let's say. Oh wait. Amazon's Luna controller is an Alexa-enabled controller that connects directly to the cloud service for a low latency experience, similar to the Google Stadia controller. And since it's connected directly to the service instead of the app, you can switch screens easily without changing your controller sync. It will be available for $50 during the early access period. This is quite a bit cheaper than other controllers, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
yeah. All right. So yet another game streaming service. Oh boy. So we're now to like 3?
Correct,
Xbox has
yeah.
one.
Yeah, that's Cloud,
Stadia.
Stadia, and now Luna.
Luna. It's
What
probably
about
more
Nvidia? Was it Nvidia?
Oh yeah, Nvidia has that. Has that now.
Which died
yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no, it's still around.
Eh.
People don't really use it, but
Hey, what's
Yeah.
it even called?
Game
GeForce
Plus or
Now.
something, right?
GeForce Now.
Thank you.
Now, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Mike brings
Yeah, I
up
don't
if
know.
Microsoft buying Bethesda was less about Sony and more about Google and Amazon. Yeah, because Bethesda was working on their own like game streaming tech also to integrate right into their engine to try and improve things. So I remember they talked about it at E3. So yeah, maybe that is a good point. Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, we'll
I
see.
I don't have high hopes for this either.
Oh my
If
God.
Google, I mean, I guess they had the only thing they have going for Twitch. They own Twitch, so they could potentially like,
Yeah.
you know,
Cut
Get
off
the game-
Stadia from
or
the
like
whole
you
Twitch
know
thing. Yeah.
have, oh, your Twitch Prime account or Amazon Prime account gets you something,
Right. Yeah.
right? You know, so they can definitely like leverage that stuff, or like, oh, you know, those free games you get, you can play them on the cloud or something.
Mhm.
I don't know. Who knows?
Play them here.
Yeah. It'll be
Very true.
probably won't work out, but we'll find out, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, excuse me, like, I don't. The cloud service is cool, like I get it, but like, who are you? It's like the target audience is just not there.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
Like, what is the target audience? It's not us, people who are like enthusiasts about games, right?
No.
Like,
Because we
'cause
have
we
our
would
own
like-
native hardware to do it on.
yeah, we want to
Yeah.
play it natively and like not have any lag or
Yeah.
whatever, right? So like, it's not targeting us. People aren't that who like who play games casually don't want to bring their phone and controller around with them,
Right.
so I have no idea what these like streaming services are trying to do. It's like so confusing.
It's
Yeah,
like
they
supposed
are.
to introduce gaming to people, I think, is like the big one. But like,
I
I mean,
guess.
if people want a game, they're gonna go and buy an Xbox.
right. Yeah. I don't know.
They're gonna go and buy a PS5. I mean,
I guess with
let's
like,
say Xbox.
especially how accessible the next gen consoles will be, but it's like I see less and less of a point of the streaming service and everything, right? So
Yeah,
Game Pass, far out.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. The streaming stuff, it's cool tech. Like, don't get me wrong. I think it's super
Yeah.
cool.
Sure.
That you could fire up on any laptop. You can just be playing Assassin's Creed, right? That's super cool. I just don't know. Like, I have
Why?
the Switch if I want to play games on the road, right? Like, I don't want to bring a controller places.
Yeah.
And it kind of detracts as well from the joy of like a new toy, if that makes sense.
A little
So,
bit.
like,
I
when-
think- yeah.
Yeah.
When you go to retail, like when you go to like a retail store and get like a Series X or like a Switch or whatever, there's that excitement. But instead, when you're getting a controller in the mail, it's like, hey, here's your experience.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, this is so fun.
Woo.
So in a sense, I almost
Matt.
feel like people want to spend more money on a console
Sure.
compared to a service.
Yeah.
Because the people who want a game are already gaming. Like we've seen that with Stadia.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
anyway.
Right. Yeah.
And even like GeForce Now and stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah, but for whatever reason, companies somehow are finding these focus groups that tell them that seem to indicate to them this is a good idea, So yeah, I don't know.
we've known Amazon's been doing or going to do like a streaming service for quite some time though now. So
Yeah.
I thought they cancelled it, to be honest.
Mhm.
I thought they just gave up and it's like, nah, we can't be bothered.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. That was probably meant to be a DM. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's for a Ted for the Thought video. All right. Whoops. Yep. Yep. All right. Anything else to say about Amazon Luna? I doubt Amazon could execute it any better than Nvidia or Google could, but you never know.
What if the controller's good? For
Yeah.
once?
What if the
I mean, we
controller's
can-
just like really good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could use it on our PCs now.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey,
That's yet
yeah,
another
for a fee,
option
you
to
know,
use on
$50.
PCs.
$50.
Okay. Yeah.
It's
Pretty
only
good.
50. It's pretty good.
It's like 50.
For thought,
Like
please.
pro,
Okay.
You can have a pro controller on PC basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right. So, anything else about it? Anything else to say about anything at all?
nah.
Nah.
All right. Forget all the wood chips and the stories this week, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So, Anthony, what games are releasing this next week?
2 games. We're so excited about it too.
Oh, boy.
Two games. It's like breaking records at this rate. They're actually two decently sized games too. Star Wars Squadrons is coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
Oh, okay, that
on
game's
October
actually
the 2nd.
kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
October the 2nd. There's nothing else coming out this month
Oh.
that I'm aware of. And we also have, on October the 2nd, Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, which is coming to PS4 and Xbox One.
Cool.
And that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Slow news week, slow games week.
Yes.
Yeah. Slow everything week.
Probably about this time until maybe mid-November when the new console's released, and then we'll have just
I think we have Call of Duty soon. No, am I wrong?
October, like mid-October, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even then, you probably won't
Wait,
pick up.
does Cyberpunk come out in October?
Does it?
I don't know
Yeah.
anymore.
Oh,
It
okay.
got-
Yeah, I don't know. It got delayed so many times.
I
I still thought it released back in April.
Actually.
No. Yeah.
Who's buying that?
Cyberpunk? Probably.
I don't know.
I'll wait for it to review first,
The
honestly.
more I see of that game, the more I'm like, this does not look like I want to be playing it.
19th
Like,
of November. is the
aesthetically and
release date, by the way.
atmospherically, it looks pretty solid.
Yeah,
but,
yeah,
like,
yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Combat's-
Yeah, but it's just
Every
like
gameplay I
gameplay
see,
wise,
I'm like,
yeah, not
I
super.
don't know. When
Dude.
is Elder?
That depends.
19th of November is its release date.
That depends. When is Metroid Prime 4 releasing?
Ouch.
Yeah. Okay.
2050.
Yeah. All right.
You'll be dead.
Anthony, where can people find you on Twitter?
I tweet very rarely. But you can find me at SoMatman19 on Twitter. I do the site social media, which is anywhere you can find COG. You can also find me as well. Yeah, that's basically it from me.
Okay. All right. Cool. Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can find me on pretty much every social media platform that I have. That's Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Duronsky, DRNSKI. Come say hi. Hopefully I'll be streaming a little bit tomorrow. I'm extremely tired today, so I will not be streaming today.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. You can find me on Twitter at Infurious7809. That is at INFERIUS7809. Talk about anime and tech mostly. So hit me up over there for that. I don't know why I keep it like separate from video games or whatever, because like I just like defaultly talk about video games so much, like around COD and whatnot. Anyway, and then redeemed highlight message. Okay, sub to Tech for Thought. Okay, yes. Culture Gaming's tech YouTube affiliate channel run by myself and Matt there, J-Man Films in the chat. Tech for Thought on YouTube, search us up. We're the ones with the blue logo. Okay, have some good stuff coming up, including a Note 20 Ultra review. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, so yeah, go sub to it, check it out, please. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching the podcast. I think that'll all wrap it up for this week. Back next week, hopefully some like things will go down in the industry or something that we can talk about, you know? I don't know.
I
Maybe
will give you a minute-to-minute update on my father.
a play-by-play of your father playing
Second by
Among Us.
second, no left.
All right.
He is running in circles once again.
Yeah. And, well, I will leave you all with Anthony Suss. Vote.